Hello, my name is Joe, and this is my first video. I think what I want for this channel is just to discuss various topics that I'm interested in. I'm not an expert in anything, so I wouldn't take anything that I'm saying for granted. So social media has captivated the world since the early 2000s, creating entire ecosystems of self-expression and information transportation, as well as providing us with an infinite amount of abhorrent shit. I feel like a lot of people my age started using social media at around the same time. I was 12 when I got my first Facebook, and since then it's evolved and changed to kind of suit our every need, and it's really interesting that it almost grew up with us. So I thought it would be really cool to do a history and evolution of social media video, and I think a good place to start would be the weblog. So the term blog refers to a weblog in which users can post things about their passions or their lives. Think of it as almost a virtual journal or diary. That's how most people used it. This was really the start of Web 2.0, in which user-generated content was becoming very popular. Musicians and actors and all of these top tier celebrities, game programmers, people wanting to learn things would follow these blogs that were generated by everyday people. Not companies, not businesses, just everyday people were generating content. One of the first blogs was made by a guy named Justin Hall, who was at the time attending college, just started blogging about his life for 11 years. Personally, I have a blog, and it's completely devoted to the cinematic masterpiece that is Adam Sandler's 2011 film, Jack and Jill. It's comedy gold, so I'll post fan fiction about Jack and Jill and their incestuous relationship, and I'll post fan art, things like that in that nature. It's my passion project, really. One blogging site that I believe was instrumental in creating the basis of what social networking is today is called Open Diary. Open Diary was founded in 1998, and I would imagine that it was a pretty special place for people at the time. Everybody had public profiles and public blog entries. There were thousands of blog entries that you could go through and read from real people. Oh wow, this person ate a sandwich for lunch today. This person jumped off a cliff. This person had a fat doo-doo dump. Wow, it's so amazing getting to know these people from across the world. Another really important feature of Open Diary was the fact that you could comment on these public posts and interact with these people that you're reading about. I would imagine, or I would think, that this was the beginning of the internet argument, right? Blogs were so cool, they were so hip, but they're about to get left in the dust by social networking programs. One of the earliest social networking sites was called 6 Degrees. It was very similar to a blog site with a few key differences. The name 6 Degrees comes from the concept that everybody's only 6 social connections away from anybody in the world. So if I know your mom, and your mom knows your dad, and your dad knows his gay lover Fabio, and your dad's lover knows Bill that works at the piss mill, and he knows Tommy Wiseau, and Tommy Wiseau knows the fucking Antichrist, that means that I'm 6 degrees away from knowing the Antichrist. 6 Degrees was a social networking platform that was based on the web of contacts model of social networking. So you have all of these friends and family and acquaintances, your first 3 degrees of social interaction that you could post on their bulletin board, you could send them DMs. It was really great. So if I was friends with my friend Bill and he cheated on me with that stupid skank Larissa, then I can post on his bulletin board and expose him now for the absolute monster that he is. Past your first 3 degrees, you could see how close you were to anybody in terms of the 6 degrees. It's just the last 3 can't post on your wall or your bulletin or whatever it was called. And this was the web of contacts model. I don't, from my understanding, think that you could give anybody a like or a poke. I'm not sure if there were games on it. I don't think it was marketed very well to the younger generation, and that's part of the reason it ultimately failed. It was a failure. Oh Lord, he's coming. It's MySpace, and he's ready to kick 6 degrees ass. MySpace had a number of features that set it apart from 6 degrees. One of the main ones being the way friends are acquired. So instead of having this web of contacts with 6 degrees of different social interaction, you just had friends. It was just a book of contacts of people that you know. Real simple, real sleek, real user-friendly. Now, I have never made friends, but I've heard that there are some necessary steps that you have to take before making friends. 1 is choose a cute profile picture. 2 would be to have a very dark, edgy name that possibly contains RAR or XD.
Hey, what's up? I'm Raven, your Acid Bath Princess of the Darkness.
And I'm Tara.
You then can describe yourself, your eye color, your height, and even your body type, which is kind of odd to me. It makes it seem like MySpace was partially a dating app. The body type options included slim, athletic, average, some extra baggage. Maybe that's referring to your balls. More to love, and bodybuilder. If you can't make any friends on MySpace, lucky for you, you dork! Because Tom Anderson, co-creator of MySpace, would friend anybody instantly that would make a MySpace account. So you have one default friend. How lucky, amazing, creepy, egotistical. In 2006, MySpace was taking off. Friends were posting on each other's pages how great the new My Chemical Romance album was. All the RARs and XDs could be seen from outer space. It was ridiculous. It was cringe. It was a time. Notably, hot, sexy, delicious heartthrob Justin Timberlake at one time owned part of Twitter. So you can see how it would be incredibly popular with the younger generation. There were entire structures and cultures and norms being developed, all of them very complex within the cyber walls of MySpace. Our ginormous world was rapidly changing, and it was about to get a little bit smaller. And that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed it despite the painfully low quality, please like, comment, and subscribe!